the League of Nations. At the end of World War I think as a result of the Versailles Treaty of 1919, the League of Nations was formed to work towards world peace. 1939, another world war broke out. At the end of the war, they felt the League of Nations is not good enough to maintain world peace. That was how United Nations came into being. Those who formed United Nations formed it in their own interest. No African independent state of today, with the exception of Ethiopia, was present when the United Nations was formed. Liberia technically was not independent. It was more or less a vassal U.S. territory, even up to today. So whatever they are doing in Liberia is strictly American interests they are protecting. So it was only Ethiopia, if I'm not mistaken, who was there to represent Africans when the organization was formed. So the way I'm looking at it is that we want to be like the oppressors. So create a place for us to enable us to join the club of oppressors. This is how I see it. Now, what it takes to be a member of that council, we lack it. We always boast of highly educated people in Nigeria. I disagree radically. The highly educated people of Nigeria of those days, majority of them are either old or they're already gone. The quality of graduates we are producing this day is wishy-washy, it's abysmal. Let me explain it this way. Look at people like Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, Cyprian Ekwensi, Lechi Amadi, Amos Tutuola. These were writers of a generation who attended the University of Ibadan that was established in 1948. Now, that class of people, they distinguish themselves. Why is it that we are not producing more of Achebe today? Why is it that we are not producing more of Wole Soyinka? Why is it that we are not producing more of Amos Tutuola, Lechi Amadi, and those fine writers? The reason is because the standard of education we have today is abysmal. Please, in conclusion, just listen to Arise News analysts, especially Hussaini Rufai. You will hear him rubbishing professors. Hussaini Rufai is a man who read animal science, but when he sits professors down, he rubbishes them as if they are little babies. So this erroneous impression that we have highly educated people in Nigeria, we should just try to forget it and revamp our educational system. And if we want to represent Africa in any way, it's not through United Nations Security Council. When we assisted other countries to gain independence, we did not do it with the approval of the UN Security Council. We went all along on our own. And in those days, when people want to do anything in Africa, they always ask, what will the Nigerians say? What is the opinion of Nigeria? What is the policy of Nigeria on this matter? It's not because we are members of the United Nations Security Council. So let me just conclude by saying that we should stop pursuing shadows. We should behave like responsible members of the human race. Thank you.